Preparing to live stream the meeting. Got it.
Oh, look, you're going live. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I can't see.
It's switching back and forth between like both of us.
Done. Okay. What, you mean while we're talking?
Yeah, like it's not split screen.
Oh, ew. Well,
yeah, how do you put it up so like...
Give me a second. Let me see what we got.
Hey, Sarah. We're trying to figure this out.
Cancel.
Because you should be able to do it, right? Like,
should.
One of us on one side, one of us on the other side.
Yeah, we should. Dang it. Minimize meeting backgrounds and filters. Sorry, you guys, for anybody who's watching. We're
It's Sarah. Sarah's there.
Hey, Sarah.
She says, hey, cuties, y'all can keep me entertained while I work from home. This should be entertaining. We're trying to figure out what in God's name we're doing. So
yes, because we want to be able to do this at a later time with an actual video.
It's our practice round, if we can figure it out.
Yeah. So I wonder, captions, playback speed, watch in VR.
Hello to the other few people that are there. I don't know who it is, but hi.
Well, we might just have to roll with the flipping back and forth thing because I can't seem to, and I'm sure that's going to be a big pain in the tuchus.
Now it just comes up saying Stacia when you're talking.
Oh, you don't see me anymore?
It just says your name.
Well, what's up with that?
Oh, there you are. Wait, I think you're back.
Hello, is it me?
It's delayed on my phone, so hold on 1 second.
It's
I gotta
delayed, yeah.
I'm gonna close out and then go back in. Okay. Say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
I'm giving up on Zoom.
Yeah, right? Well, let's see. So it's flicking back and forth.
Yeah. Sarah says whoever talks is up on their screen.
Well, so maybe we just talk together and confuse it, right?
Yeah, right. You know what, we can figure that out after, because I know lots of people have done this and I know it's possible. I just don't know how. But this is the first step. We got the first step out of the way. We connected to Zoom and we are live. So there's
Yay! So we're golden for right now. Right.
Mind you, all of the you know, technical stuff goes to you. I can't give any thanks to myself. I just sat here and waited.
Girl, and I'm trying, you know, I'm trying. But anyway.
Oh.
So.
Hey.
How many people do we have watching? 5. All right. For those of you who are watching, this is a test run for us. We're going to chat about it a little bit while we're here, but this is a test run for us to see how well we can do this, because we do want to do a video together over on Nicki's channel next week. And it's a little collaboration about, you know, some plant care stuff and things that you guys might like. Nicki, what are you calling that video?
I haven't like nailed down an actual name yet, but something along the lines of like game-changing plant things that I've done. That is a horrible name for a video, by the way. So I'll come up with something much more creative. But something about things that we've changed along the way on our plant journey that have been like, you know what I mean? Like, why wasn't I doing that forever? Or those sorts of things.
The shit you learn along the way.
They're probably not a good title either, but something like that.
Yeah. Give the gist.
Yeah.
All right. So Nicki and I talked earlier about the video collab, obviously. And we decided with this one, we would talk a little bit about some of our pet peeves.
Now this could get bad. We'll see what happens.
It could, but you know what? I mean, I'm sure we're not the only ones who feel this way.
This is true.
So.
This is true. And you and I may even have different opinions on what our plant pet peeves are. That's a mouthful.
Yes. Yes, it is. A lot of peas. So
I know you strategically placed that.
I want to show this off for those of you who haven't seen it.
It's beautiful.
And by the way, here, let me just roll on back to where it is so you guys can really get the idea of.
So pretty.
This is how big it is. It's bigger than my head. But still soft, by the way, as you can see. Just kind of folds on up there.
It's
that
gorgeous.
one has me excited. So, by the way, for those of you who do watch this now or later, I just wanted to apologize that I've been missing in action here lately. I'm coming back and I got a video coming to kind of explain what's been going on in my life. So y'all watch out for that on my channel. I'll probably do that either this weekend or early next week. I'll have that one posted up, but there we are. That's that.
I'm trying to set this up so I can like see the chat. It's not going
Tammy.
well. Hey, Tammy.
Strangers asking for plant cuttings, right?
Oh,
totally drives me insane. I can't take it. And I'm not rude. I just feel like people need to develop a little bit of plant etiquette. Is that the best way to put it?
Yes, that's politely. A very nice way to put it.
I try.
It's just, you know, it's one of those things, especially like I saw somebody post on their Instagram today that some random person that doesn't even follow them. Actually, it was a YouTuber, it was a fellow YouTuber. And she got a message from this person who doesn't follow them, never has followed her. And they messaged her saying like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love such a plant. Can I have a cutting? Like, not even like, if you're thinking about getting rid of cuttings, maybe think of me, you know, something like that. It was like flat out like, give me a cutting. And I was just like, that's ballsy. That's ballsy.
People are very ballsy.
Yes.
So I posted a couple of plants up for sale. Let's see, if I've never spoken to them before. Oh yeah. I posted a couple plants up for sale today, right? And first response I got, and this is my pet peeve, was from a plant seller. And they were like, do you sell plants? And I was like, well, I sell some of my personal collection occasionally. And I didn't know that they were a plant seller at the time. I had the feeling, but, and then they came back, well, maybe you'd like to expand your collection. And I'm like, dude, I'm purging some of my collection right now. I don't want to buy more plants. I want to get rid of some of the stuff I've got. So, but then I got 3 messages like that today, just 3 asking, hey, do you want to buy? And it's like, if I'm selling, obviously I'm not buying.
They are relentless. And you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's funny that you brought this up because I was thinking about this in the shower while I was washing my hair, of all weird places to think about like Instagram conversations. But and I think it was because this morning I woke up to one of those messages from a company in Indonesia that was selling plants. And so here's my thoughts on this is I understand, like they run companies. Like I get it. Like you're starting up a company, you want to get your name out there. But we also have to remember that there is such a difference in like language. There's a huge language barrier there. They're trying to speak our language, which I applaud them for, number one. I can not speak our language on a normal base. Like right now, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and so for them to like reach out to us, number one, like you're trying to expand your business, you're trying to do whatever. Now, is it the way we would do it here in like North America? Not likely. I mean, but I see so many people coming down on these companies, like, oh, I had this Indonesian company message me again today, want me to buy plants and stuff. Like, well, they're trying to advertise, but things are different over there. So instead of spewing hate about these companies that are trying to do something, they're trying to run their own business, be entrepreneurs, why don't we just nicely message them back and say, hi, I'm sorry, I'm just not interested right now, or something polite. You know what I mean?
Well, usually my response, I've told you some of my responses.
You're very polite.
Yeah, usually my response is, I understand you're trying to promote your business. If you'd like to send me a little something, cool, but I'm not buying right now. I'll tell them that. And I'll offer to unbox it if that's what they want to do. And I would do it. But I usually try to tell them too, I'm selling right now. I'm not trying to buy, or, and I rarely just ignore people, because if I've noticed too, if I ignore them, they'll hi, and it's like, okay, cool. Gotcha. Sorry, dude, I'm not buying right now. The one thing about it though, and I understand there's a language barrier and all this stuff, and they're trying, fully understand that. The thing that drives me nuts though, is when I get sir or bro sent to me. It's like, I'm not a dude, like I'm a chick. It's very clear that I'm a girl. So why are you calling me sir or bro? I got that earlier today. Oh, okay, thanks, bro. And I'm like, so what do you do? What do you do? Let's see. Hello. Okay, Sunrise. Hello. Love all the videos. I am one old subscriber of you, and also plant spots and whatnots. Well, hello there, Sunrise.
Hello.
Love your attitude about it. They are relentless, though. They are damn sure relentless, because I have one who still hits me up. I can't tell you how many times I've told him no. And I usually try to tell him too. I live in Florida, so I can find a lot of the stuff you're offering, and it's readily available in many places. If I want to do that and spend that kind of money, I will go to the nursery. I will pick out the specimen that I want to pay the money for, and I'll bring it home with me. So I usually try to let them know that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So on the whole, I agree. It costs you nothing extra to be kind.
Well, and this is the thing. You never know what someone else is going through. So your words could set forth, your words could be the catalyst for a catastrophe. Yeah. It may have already been in the works. They were hanging on by a thread. You said the wrong thing, and then some bullshit goes down. You don't ever want to be the cause of hurt or sadness for someone else. Put out in the world what you want to get back. That's the way I look at it. Put out there what you want back. If you want loving kindness,
the golden rule. The golden rule.
Kind. Yep. Yeah. Listen, I'm loving and kind, but sometimes it gets to the point where I have to be firm as fuck and just let them know, hey, I can't. Oh, Amber Alert.
Uh-oh.
So of course now I'm probably not streaming.
No, I got you still. Hi.
Okay.
I think we're okay.
On my phone.
Yeah. And just on that, I was going to say, like, I have always been like a huge firm believer in the golden rule, do unto others as they would have, or as you would have them do unto you. And I think if everybody could like just remember that, if that's the only thing you can ever live by, I think that would be perfect. The world would be such a better place if everybody just treated other people how they expect to be treated. Can you imagine? I know that's like pie in the sky and I'm being like super naive and like,
right.
but, like,
Obviously, because people have had messed up lives in their past. Some people recover, some people don't. And it really affects your mental state. And if you don't have the tools or you don't have someone there telling you how to cope or recover, you still have that fucked up mindset and you can't treat people the way you want to be treated because you don't know how you want to be treated. You don't think you deserve, so
that's a good point.
It's hard, that's what makes it really hard. So all I can do is, even if somebody's nasty and negative to me, depending on how they are nasty and negative to me, usually I just smile and let it go. But there's the occasion where you can cause me to pop off. And if you catch the right thing, if you hit that right thing, Stacia's not so nice.
Oh, we're missing all kinds of comments, I think, here. Hold on.
Oh, are we? Amen, Stacia. Killing with kindness is what my folks taught us growing up. Yeah, yep. And you can do that, but you can only do that for so long. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're constantly kind and somebody's constantly coming at you, eventually you need to blow the fuck up and punch them in the face. Then they'll leave you alone.
You're such a delicate flower.
I know. It's so
well,
sweet and soft.
On that whole kill them with kindness thing, I do have a comment about that. And this is strictly coming from somebody who is on YouTube and like on a social media platform. Now, we all get our fair share of like hate or comments. And I think it's one of those things, it's all in how you respond to the comment. It's really hard for people to continue to be rude or whatever with you if you're being really nice. For example, I have a really big forehead. I'm sure you've all noticed.
Ma'am, we've discussed
I considered renting it out for billboard base.
I want to say something real fast. I'm gonna be a jerk, but we've discussed this.
Don't talk about my ponytail.
Forehead. She has a 5 head because she keeps tightening that damn ponytail and ripping her friggin' hair out. And I'm gonna rip her hair out when she comes to visit me. Just saying. Okay, go ahead, Nikki. Finish what you were saying.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
You were talking about people picking on you in the comments, and they can only respond so negatively for so long.
So yeah, like I don't normally get negative comments, so I'm very lucky in that regard. But I have had a handful, and it's really into how you respond back. And I always respond back extremely nicely about it. Sometimes I'll just sprinkle a little sarcasm in there, but not quite enough to be like super rude. Like the guy that mentioned the size of my forehead. I just said, something like, oh, it's got to be big that's where I keep all my brains, stuff like that. Or, if you just respond back to them in a nice way, it's really hard for people to like come back with something, because what people are looking for is a reaction. And if you're rude back, it's just fanning the flames. That's all it's doing.
That's what they're looking for. If you just
shut it down and say something nice and polite back, like, I'm really sorry that you see it that way. I'm sorry if you're having a bad day. Take care.
Peace out.
Something nice. And then people are like, well, that's no fun. They want a reaction. When you don't give them a negative reaction that they're expecting, well, now I don't know what to do. So they just shut up and go away. And I have never had that fail on YouTube. I don't know if I have in real life. I'm sure it's blown back in my face at some point, but like, it's all in how you react to things. I think that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that got off on like a...
Hey, yes, it did. Let's see. I just don't have the time to interact with some people. Hell no, because some people aren't not even worth the time. Well, that's kind of like what I was talking about. That's kind of like what I was talking about before in one of my previous videos, where people would hit me up just for me to care for their plants, try to care for their plants, elsewhere. And they wouldn't talk to me, to befriend me or anything like that. It was never, and then it just got to be to the point where I was like, and I told Nikki, I told you a couple of times, oh my God,
oh, like, yes.
you know, it just gets to a certain point where you can, you know, and I'm always kind, even when I'm at that point, I'm even nice to the people then, but I'm shorter, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like to let you, I'm busy. For those of you that don't know, I go to school, I work a job, I have a family, and okay, so those of you who do know, I walked for graduation last month, but we didn't technically graduate. We don't graduate till June 4th or July 14th. So I'm still in school, you know, and I got a lot going on and I don't have the time for bullshit. Let's just put it like this. I don't have time for bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. So anyway, so I know you made a little list of things that you wanted to discuss, Nikki.
Yeah, you know what? I only got 2 things written down, and then I remembered that I was hungry and need to cram some noodles in my face before we jumped on here. So, so one of the things actually that I didn't even write down, but you and I were talking about this before, is this whole Instagram perfect plant thing. Now, I gotta get this out because it's been driving me absolutely mental. I know that everybody is on this kick right now. You know, plants aren't perfect. Why do we always see this Instagram worthy plant thing? Okay, I get it. Plants aren't perfect. I show you guys on YouTube. I show you guys in my Instagram story. But if you go to my feed, my Instagram feed, which let me just explain how Instagram was originally designed. It was designed to display photos, to share aesthetic content with other people. So coming from myself as with a background in photography, the photos that I post are pleasing to the eye, at least to me. I like aesthetic photos. I want things to look a certain way. So if you go onto my feed, absolutely, you're going to see, you know, nicely curated photos. But if you go into my stories or you watch my YouTube channel, that's when you see the mess behind the scenes. So I think that people need to separate their mind when we're, you know, downing people for posting Instagram perfect plants. Well, okay, but like that's what Instagram is for. That's why I like the stories, because it shows a little bit more of the realness behind the whole Instagram thing, right? So I think that rather than people just, you know, get out their pitchforks for people who have pretty photos on their Instagram, I think people need to stop for a second, stop being so damn judgy and just like think about that. You don't want to go on somebody's Instagram feed page and just scroll through 13,000 photos of dead leaves. Nobody, I mean, I can go walk over to my shelf and look at that. I don't need to go on somebody's Instagram account for that. You know what I mean? So anyway,
well, and it's like
I was telling
you, yeah, and it's like I was telling you when we were talking about it earlier. It's same thing. Like I was saying with like the models and the Kardashians and all those people who the celebrities who use this platform to promote themselves. Same thing. They make sure that their angles are perfect, their lighting is perfect, they are posed perfect to make sure. And I can't remember, there's a an Instagram page I follow where that's all this chick does. And after we're done with this video, once I go onto my Instagram, I'll put it down in the description because I'm going to leave this up so other people can watch it if they so feel. But they perfectly do these photos, and then they Photoshop and they touch up and they make it look beautiful. The internet's not real, you guys. Instagram's not real. You get the prettiest of everything. You don't get the real shit. You know what I mean? And as Nikki and I were talking about it, yes, in our Instagram feed, on our page, the pictures that stay, they usually are the more aesthetically pleasing, prettier plants, because we're trying to draw the eye. We're trying to draw attention. We're trying to hide our cellulite in our rolls, okay? We're trying to hide our cellulite in our rolls, all right? So we try to make sure that everything looks good. But on the stories, unlike the celebrities, we do tend to post some of the more, you know, sketchy stuff, or even on our YouTube channel. I reserve that for my channel, which lately I haven't been posting, but I'm going to do that again. Anyway, but we reserve it for there, you know. And for me, I usually try, you know, I try to think about when I'm showing the plants, oh yeah, that's because I did this, you know. I mean, I reserve that for a shorter period of time. But as far as attracting someone, we are social media people. We are presenting our stuff on social media in order to attract people to us. So why would we put a bunch of shit on our permanent page that's going to stay up? You don't. But if you're a plant parent and you have plants and you have had plants for any length of time, or even if you're somebody new, I want you to know plants die, leaves yellow. Here's a perfect example. This was beautiful not long ago.
What'd you do? I love you. What happened?
I put it somewhere it didn't get as much light on top.
I was gonna say that.
If you notice, just the top is not the yeah.
You just need to hang it somewhere real high. Nobody will ever know.
I've put it.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. I put it over here on my plant shelf under my grow lights. So hopefully, but here we are. I showed it on my, YouTube channel. I am not taking a picture of that and putting it up on my Instagram. I don't give a flip. It's not happening. I mean,
what do you guys think about that?
Yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on the ugly plants or hiding stuff?
Because I understand.
Sorry for the language.
I understand.
And please don't ever
people are going
for your language.
I understand where people are going with it. Like, don't always show us the pretty stuff. Well, okay. And I agree. People need to understand that plants aren't always perfect, but let's take our Instagram feed out of that. Okay. Because that's what it's designed for.
Right.
And, I don't know.
We just need to, okay, so here's the thing. Here's my other thought on that. We just need to stop knocking each other down.
God, yes.
It's like the whole women empowering women. I'm all for my girls doing their thing and being successful. I am so for it. I work for a company that is owned and fully staffed by women. I love it. I'm all for it. My boss is 23 years old. She's on the up and up. I am going to support her and help her grow to where she needs to be. Same thing with plant people. We need to support each other. If you see something going wrong with somebody's plant, instead of being like, ugh, that bitch don't know what she's doing, maybe you should hit her up and say, hey, girl, or hey, man, I see what's going on with your plant. And I've had that happen to me before. Here's what I did. Maybe try it out. It might work. It might help. Build each other up. Don't break each other down. Peace, love, and happiness in this world, people. Peace, love, and happiness. Let's bring it back to the 60s without the drugs, okay? See? Okay, here we are. Always learn a ton. Let's see. Deborah Baker says, amen. Even Sarah. I post all the ugly plants in my stories. Exactly. In your stories where that ugly shit's going to disappear pretty quick. They don't need to know about the ugly stuff for that long. They don't need to know about it for that long.
It's no secret. The thing is, it's no secret that every plant parent has some ugly plants. We're not disputing that fact. In no regard am I going to come out here and ever tell you that all of my plants are 100% perfect, because they're not. Mm-mm. But my Instagram page is really pretty. Go look at it. It's freaking pretty. See?
Yes.
We got lots of amens.
Well, thank you guys for agreeing with us, because we felt like a little bit of an asshole when we were talking about it earlier, but then again, at the same time,
real is real. Truth is true. And like I said, I understand where people are coming from, saying like, we have to normalize yellow leaves.
Okay.
Like, if people aren't stupid, they know there's yellow leaves.
Here we go, you guys. I'm going to give you a case in point of, right now we're doing this YouTube live, right? Before we sat down to do this live, you see these plants up here? I made sure the prettiest leaves were facing forward. Let me just show y'all a little something. Y'all ready? that leaf is fucked. That leaf is fucked. That leaf is fucked. But I turned it around because here's the deal. Those are the older leaves. Those are the leaves that were there while I was learning how to care for my plants. Okay. I was learning how to do it. I was trying to get it down to a better science. Now, since this leaf, I got this beautiful one that y'all just saw, right? I've gotten this leaf and this leaf since that other ugly leaf. So, you know, I mean, plants grow. If there's an ugly leaf, a new leaf's going to come, and guess what? You cut the ugly leaf off.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to try and showcase my ugliest plants, but you know,
it's like staging a home. It's like staging a home when you go to sell it.
Yes.
You know, we know that when you move into that home, there's going to be dishes in the sink and dog fur on the floor. But you don't want to see that right off the hop. We know what's going to happen. So you clean it and you stage it to look all pretty and like unrealistic. But that's, you know, pretty. That's what we want to see. People don't want to see ugly. They want to see pretty. It's just how it is, which is unfortunate for someone like me.
Yes, plant people just need to know sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Love it all the time either way, because if you love it, it's probably going to end up good, you know?
Right.
So.
Whew. Sorry about that, guys. That was a rant.
Yeah, just for a little bit. We just, that's one that gets us. And of course, as usual for me, because I'm crazy, mispronunciation is one of my pet peeves. I mean, especially when we're specifically talking about something. Oh, talking about something.
Hey, I don't say a boat.
Supposedly, it's okay. Fine. Just saying.
Look, I know you said that on accident, but I'd appreciate it.
Yes. So.
That's one of those things that Stacia and I talk about all the time. Because, like, growing up, my grandmother was, and I'm not always perfect. I'm not going to claim to be perfect, but my grandmother was she used to be an English teacher. So my grammar was constantly being corrected. And any of my children will tell you, probably very emphatically, because it drives them insane, that, you know, I will correct their grammar and, you know, their proper English and all of that kind of stuff. And it drives them insane, but I can't help myself. So when I hear other people do it, and Stacey's the same. So we, you know, in our daily little chats, we'll be like,
hey,
you know what I heard today?
Okay, for those of you who have seen Dumb and Dumber, in the scene where they get pulled over by the cop and the cop takes the big drink of the pee bottle and he goes, yeah, I call every time I'm like, it made me drink the peas. So that's my little joke. She knows I'm talking about the thing. So.
We have people agreeing in the comments.
I see. Nice. Glad I'm not the only one. Yes, and I too correct my children regularly, but I'm also very big on, you know, manners. Yes, sir. No, sir. Please. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, you speak properly. I mean, we don't have to, I'm going to say this, and please, y'all, if you get offended, I apologize. We don't have to dumb America down anymore. I'm just going to say it like that. We don't have to dumb America down anymore. We are already dumb enough.
I'm not going to say jack squat right now. I'm going to sit up here in my little igloo and just shut my mouth.
Yes, it's probably still like, what is it? 17 degrees, 16 degrees up there for you? It's cold.
No, it's hot. It's dang hot.
Uh-huh.
Girl.
It's hot right now, melting. But y'all, 2 weeks ago, it was snowing.
It was one day, but yes, you're absolutely right. It did snow. It's awful. It's terrible. Yeah, my comments aren't rolling anymore, so you're going to have to keep up with them because mine just stopped.
Mine aren't doing anything either.
Also, people just start commenting. That's okay, too.
Did we offend you guys? Sorry.
You know what? I try really hard not to say anything purposely to offend people, but here's another pet peeve, and I'm going to say it. Everybody is looking for things to be offended by these days.
Yes.
Like, you just can't be happy unless you're trying to find something that has offended you. Like when I grew up, I'm not going to tell you when, but when I grew up,
hey,
we watched things like,
say something in the comments. Sorry, Nikki.
Yeah, so we know
y'all
that
pop off in the comments. Say something to us so we know. Did we offend?
We know you're
you?
there.
Have you run off? Are you there? Are you there?
Oh, there we go. Sarah's there.
Sarah, yeah. We know we can't offend you, girl, because that you're one of us. We love you. Hey, how far along are you right now? I'm ready to come for a ride up there to visit you, but I'm kind of trying to wait till you have that baby. Sarah, by the way, that was for Sarah. She's the pregnant one, not Nikki. God, Nikki, if you get pregnant, woo,
no,
60 something by the time them kids are moving out.
Done.
No offense. Good.
Anyway, I'm going to finish what I was saying while Sarah answers. So we grew up on things like In Living Color and the good Saturday Night Live and the good old comedians, and yes, there are some things that are said and can be taken as offensive, but like, you know what I mean? Like I watch some of the old stuff, like In Living Color, and I'm like, Jordan and I look at each other and be like, they couldn't play that these days. And
we were doing that with Looney Tunes last night. We were doing that with friggin' Looney Tunes last night because there was a couple of episodes that I was like, whoa, yeah, that wouldn't fly now. But yeah, you're right. People are so sensitive now. And honestly, what we need to do is take things for face value. If it's a joke, it's a joke. You can tell. And if you can't tell when somebody's joking, hide in your house. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's a joke, people usually try to make it very clear that it's a joke by laughing afterwards or, but things aren't always meant to offend, and I'm one of those people. I was raised in the era of In Living Color. I remember when J-Lo was a fly girl.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. Okay. I remember when J-Lo was a fly girl. That's how long I've been watching it. And I watched, it's funny because you mentioned Saturday Night Live, same thing. But do you know that portion of that time in Saturday Night Live was the least viewed? Just so you know. But it had the funniest people when Chris Farley was on there and Adam Sandler. And when all those guys, David Spade, Chris Rock, all of those guys were doing the Saturday Night Live thing. That's when it was its funniest, I think.
Yeah,
they were
absolutely
raw. They were raw, and it was a joke for the sake of being a joke.
Yeah.
Not everybody deserves the trophy. Not everybody's a winner, y'all. Just saying.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. I tell my kids that all the time. I said, you know what? Like Troy, actually, my youngest, comes home with this was a couple of years ago.
A participation trophy?
With a participation award and whatever. And I said, and I'm a big proponent, I will build my kids up. Okay. That is how I am as a mother.
Me too.
However, I am not raising a bunch of Sallies. God damn it.
Okay,
so he comes home. He comes home with this participation award. And I said, what is that? And he's like, oh, well, we all got, there was first and second and third. And then we got these awards for just showing up. And I was like, what the hell for? All these people who work their asses off to get first, second, third place, you need to work harder if that's what you want. You don't just get handed things, because when you get out into the real world, into the work life, and you don't get that promotion because you didn't work for it, then you're going to get offended. And people are going to be like, why are you getting offended? You're like, well, I didn't get the promotion because you're not doing a good enough job. And then these kids don't know how to handle rejection, which is so stressful for me as a parent. So we tell our kids, you want something in this life? Nothing is handed
work
to
for
you.
It.
Get out and work for it. Sorry, that drives me.
They did the participation trophy thing here with when the kids were playing soccer, and the winning team got trophies, and then they did participation trophies for everyone else. And I'm like, so I'm that asshole parent that's like, you worked hard, you did good, great, but do you know what a participation trophy is? That means you're the first loser. That means you didn't win. You didn't win. That's like, it's truth. I mean, if you didn't win, you didn't win. There is no, oh, hey, you deserve this too. No, you did a good job. You tried hard. Maybe you didn't necessarily try your best. And if you did, then live with that. Know that you did your best. And that's all you can do. You know what I mean? I hate it. I hate it because I was raised in the era of winning and losing, and I'm competitive as shit. So,
and they won't even flunk kids anymore. They won't fail kids. I don't know what it's like down there, but they won't fail kids anymore.
They're passing kids if they have a D here. If you have a D, you get passed. When I was a kid, if you got below a C, you didn't pass. You failed. That was done, And
you learned very quickly, I don't want to do this again because there are consequences. There are consequences to my actions, right?
Right.
But nowadays, it's like they don't have any because the school system is like patting them. So everybody is great. You're great. Everybody's fabulous. Sorry, but not everybody's fabulous.
No, some people suck. True.
I don't know.
I mean, even because, like I said, I try to be nice, loving, and yet I'm like that all the time. I always try to be that way. And there are people out there who just suck, because they're just nasty, just hate the world people. Those are those people I was telling you about. Their parents fucked them up as kids.
Fungus gnat, sorry.
Yeah. So what do we got? It also means at least they tried. Well, yes, absolutely. It does mean at least they tried. And I fully feel that you should, hey, great job. You tried. If you tried your best, go home knowing you tried your best and feel good about that. But I'm not going to hand you a trophy because you tried.
Yeah. It just sets them up. It just sets them up because then they don't know how to handle rejection when they get older. And that's really, really sad and unfortunate that we're sending all of these children that don't know how to handle rejection into a workforce that will continually reject them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because everybody who owns those businesses are the generation above us who are so mean.
But I grew up with a backbone. I grew up with a backbone. I grew up knowing how to take rejection, knowing how to not take offense to everything, that everything wasn't, a direct, personal attack on me. It's just, that's just how it is. But this generation isn't learning that. And it's so heartbreaking. This has nothing to do with plants. How did this even start? I started it, didn't I?
You did, probably.
Damn
it, Nikki.
I'm sorry. We were talking about pet peeves and I just got excited and kept going.
Ooh, we get to talk about shit that makes us mad. Right on. Let's do it.
I'm sorry.
Listen, y'all, Nikki and I are like the ever positive people. We always try to find the cup half full, the light at the end of the tunnel. We try to stay in a positive mindset. But every now and again,
we lose it.
Every now and again, we snap. At least we're snapping verbally. We're not out there, doing some dumb shit.
Girl, we're snapping very publicly.
This is true. Hey, but at least it's verbally,
That's true.
And it's not like we're really saying anything horrible. It's real. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Real. Yeah.
At least I'm not out there hurting someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is my outlet, you guys. Thanks for sharing. Keep coming back. It works if you work it.
Okay, let's talk about rare plants in everything that encompasses. Go.
For some people, that's everything. But listen, in my opinion, if you want a plant and you go online and you search that plant and you cannot find it for sale online, then it becomes a rare plant. If you can't find it for sale online, then it becomes a rare plant in your area. Because sometimes, well, we don't really get like the stuff that Indonesia posts, or, you know, we don't get like listings for the UK or anything like that. But like here in the United States, if you go online and you Google, say, philodendron UPI, and you find one listed for $3,000, it might be expensive and it might be hard to find, but that doesn't necessarily make it rare, because I hear that sucker all over. You know what I mean? I see people with it. I see it in collections. So for me, that doesn't necessarily make it a rare plant. However, if you go online and you search for it and you can't find it for sale anywhere that your Google will search, I then think it's a rare plant. That's my take on it. And we don't need to label every stinking video rare plant, people. Just say, yes, we can clap for that, because I even feel like that deserves a clap.
I just spilled water all over myself.
I like to say my fancy plants don't have any rare. I love the fancy plants thing, Sarah. That is amazing. I like my fancy plants too.
Yeah, they're bougie.
Yeah,
bougie. But here, in
the
that regard,
plants. Let's call it what they are. They're the expensive plants.
Well, no, see, and this is actually my next point. So my next point was in regards to the whole rare plant, or whatever the hell we're calling them, is I found there's a lot of shade lately being thrown to people who have these uncommon plants. Okay, like, I mean, everybody knows you and I have a lot of the bougie, whatever we're calling them.
The expensive plants, the ones that are expensive now.
See, and that is exactly what I'm saying. You and I started collecting two and a half years ago, when plants were like, I bought the majority of my collection for between $150 and $200. Those plants now would cost $500, $600, $700 to $1,000.
Okay, so here we are. I'm right there with you, because I got my tie outside, right? I bought my tie with the 3 leaves it had, which were pretty good size, for $200, $195 plus tax is what I paid for that plant, right? It's now huge. And I've seen, for the size it is now, I've seen it going online for $1,000. But what is now, as y'all know, I can find plants here because of where I live. It's easy for me to go to a nursery and happen upon this stuff. That's how I got my tie. I went back to that same nursery, the exact same nursery where I bought my tie a year ago for $200. Was it a year ago? It's been a year and a half now, hasn't it? Excuse me, a year and a half ago for $200. And I just went back to this guy, and he has one. The leaves are this big. There's 3 leaves on there. $400. $400.
It's crazy.
Now, I bought a couple of my plants from him before the plant hype got to what it is, for $50 a piece, right? Those plants now, if I look online, those plants now are going for $200 per cutting or more. You know what I mean? And I got them for $50 for a full big plant, because a lot of what I find here is large specimens because of where I live and the fact that I can go pick it up, put it in my car, and bring it home. I don't have to ship it.
Yeah.
But yes.
I think there's just like there shouldn't be a stigma either way. Nobody should be made to feel poorly if they only like the more common varieties of plants. I have all kinds of common plants, but at the same time, on the same note, nobody should be made to feel poorly if they like the more bougie or expensive plants. So let's just allow people to like what they like, own what they own, and be accepting of that, instead of shitting on people for having
lift each other up,
or
you raise me up. I mean, raise each other up, you guys. Lift each other up. Cool. Wow, that's a beautiful plant you have. Man, I'd love to have one of those in my collection one day. And leave it at that. Where did you get it? How much did you pay for it? You know, we don't need that either, because what I paid for some of my plants, first of all, they're huge compared to when I first got them. You know what I mean? Like this one, this was so small when I got it. You know what I mean? And I paid less than $100 for it. But first of all, it's hard to find a McDowell online for sale now, first and foremost. And secondly, when you do, it's a couple $100 plus, you know, and that's here in the US. So up there in Canada, I'm sure.
I can't even find one. I can't. I've been trying. I gotta unplug my phone. Hold on. Oh boy. Oh no.
Are you dying? Whoa,
no, I'm just stupid.
Look, listen, y'all, watching Nicki with that gimbal, you feel drunk. I'm just saying.
Sorry. I'm just gonna sit here and not touching it.
So yes, the
I'm sitting here not touching anything.
Just don't touch anything, you break it. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, you snorted. So, yes, the plant hate, the shame, it's, you know, I mean, I've had my collection for a while now, a couple years plus, you know, and I'm also in an area, like I said, where I can find stuff in person. However, it used to be really nice because I had found some prime spots and I was not paying all that much money for the stuff I was getting. It has gotten out there about these places, and I'm going to tell you, the prices have doubled, if not tripled, on most of the things I find here in person.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
Price shaming when you sell a plant. Or not only the price shaming when you're selling, because here's the deal with that. It's market value. For me, it's market value. I'm not going to sell that plant for what I paid for it. Okay, so maybe call it a greedy side, but I'm not going to sell it for what I paid for it when I can make what somebody else is making. Now, I do trade plants, but I try to trade of equal value. I'm not going to trade, you know, a piece of my 69686 for some pothos cuttings. I've gone through this before on my channel. I've just not, you know, we just need to keep it fair. You know what I mean? And when somebody is pricing their plants, look at it like this. They're probably pricing it along the same lines as everyone else. If you happen to come across somebody who's selling it for a few bucks less and you get lucky, good on you. If not, it depends on how bad you want it. Because trust me, I've paid the money for some of the plants that I've wanted. And there's been times where I ordered actually my first crystal item. I got it online and I paid $165 for it. Those things are going for like 40 and 50 bucks now.
Yep.
You know, so it goes both ways. It just depends on what's hot at the time. And unfortunately, thanks to the pandemic and all that went on, plants are hot because it's something you can do at your house. And it's something that changes all the time, you know? So.
Yeah. Yeah, I was selling and it's, you know, it's not even just, you know, that it's that we've also put the time and the effort, the water, the fertilizer, the soil, the pot, the care, the love, and all that stuff into it, right? If you don't
wait, we've also gone through the stress of cutting the plant and watching it on pins and needles, waiting for it to grow and praying to God it does something, only to find that some of them have totally disintegrated inside the soil, you know? Yeah. So we take a loss too. But anywho, go ahead. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
No, that's fine. But like, I don't remember what I was going to say now.
We take the time and the effort and the care to grow our plants.
Yeah. So, but like, I always tell everybody. I always tell people.
Hold on. You were talking about a plant you were going to sell. You had something listed.
Yeah, I was selling. So before I ever list a plant, and I don't sell plants overly often, but so I'll go around, and in my area, my general region, I'll check kind of like what the going rate for plants are, is that particular plant is, oh my goodness. And I kind of find a happy medium somewhere in the middle. Okay. So I had this one woman come to me and she's like, hey, is this still available? And I said, yes, it is. And she said, don't you think it's a little bit much? I can get one for like $40. And I'm thinking,
So go
okay,
get it for $40.
like, number one, then why did you message me asking that if it was available? Number two, go buy it somewhere. Like, please go buy it somewhere else. Like, I'm not going to be offended. You can spend whatever you want on plants, but don't come to me and say,
seeing my price. Yeah.
Because like, I was polite to her, but I will tell you, I was ranting behind the scenes. I was upset because I was like, look, not only did I do the research to find out what the plant is going for, it's not like I'm just picking a number out of my arse and going, we're going to charge $500 for that just because I need $500, you know, like,
hey,
anyway, so
you could, somebody
really
pay it.
And it was a pink princess too. That was like, it was highly, highly variegated. And as you know, you pay more for the more highly variegated stuff. So I even did the checking around to find out what the more variegated varieties were going for. And it was actually quite reasonable what I was selling for. It wasn't a lot. So that even shook me more, that I was like, what is her somebody did her dirty today. She's in a bad mood, you know? Like, so I just said like, well, you know, it's your choice, hon, if you want to buy it or not. And that's all I said. So, and
I get that too when I'm selling stuff, and you know, I that's when I do. If somebody comes at me like that, that's when my little asshole side comes out, and I'm like, so go get it for that price, you know. And that's honestly, that's how I respond at that point, because it's like, listen, and usually for me, it's not as quick as, oh, is it available? I can get it for this price. Usually it's, oh, hey, is this available? Will you send me some more pictures? Do you have any pictures of this? Do you have a picture of the mother plant? You know, and I send them all these pictures, and then they're like, well, would you take this much for it? And it's usually a substantial amount less than what I'm asking. And it's like, well, and I'll even at that point, I'll even go up, knock $5 off. I'll be like, no, but I'll take this for it.
Right.
You know, because usually when I'm selling, I'm including shipping. I include shipping. You know what I mean? And regardless of what anybody thinks, shipping can be anywhere from $8 up to $40, depending on the weight, the size of the plant. And I usually package pretty good, so it adds a little bit of heft to the pot.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. Can't talk today either. So, you know, it's, and then when they do come back at me at this point, when they come back at me with, well, I can get it at this price here, I'm like, cool, get it there. And then usually at that point, I'm done talking. If they hit me up again, I just don't even answer the message, because you're causing me more stress than I need for this measly less, usually 60 or $70 for some of my pricier plants. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
And the same thing with us if we're buying plants, you know what I mean? If I come across somebody and I think they're way overcharging for a plant, I just move along. I don't go out of my way to message them and be like, whoa, don't you think that's a little expensive?
Shame on you for charging. Shame.
Oh, about your business.
Yeah, you don't have to shame me. Cool. Okay. You don't like the price? Somebody else will. Have a good day. Right. Salute, soldier. I mean, just
bye.
Yeah, it's so crazy because I go to the grocery store and spend over $100 for nothing. Me too. All right. So y'all, I'm just going to be real. Like, I'm one of these people that when I go to buy a plant, I'll pick it up and I'll be like, ooh, how much is this? And when they tell me it's like $170 for that plant, I'm like, okay, thank you. That plant goes back down. I'll walk around some more and I'll find, you know, say 3 or 4 plants, get the total price for all of those at $170. And I'll spend that because I'm getting multiple plants. You know, it's all about what you're willing to spend. It's all about, you know, the risk you're willing to take, because regardless of how well I take care of a plant, Nicki takes care of a plant, you take care of a plant. When you send it to somebody else, they might not take very good care of it. Or when you buy it from somebody else, they might not have taken very good care of it. And you know, it's all about your willingness and the risk you're willing to take. Just, that's where we're at.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, move along, sucker. No.
We are so ranty today. I'm living for it.
I me too. You guys like the rant? They're probably like, these two are real bitches. Ugh. Yeah. In real life, I don't think I like her.
But like you said, normally we're very like, it's not positive. Very often, and I'm not being negative. I in my opinion, we're just keeping it real. Like, and I don't mean like we're keeping it like this is reality, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
It's life. Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, all right, you guys. Did you have anything else pet peeve wise, my dear?
Yeah, I honestly, I'd probably go on all day, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. No, I just think honestly, and most of the stuff we revolved around today is just general people being nice to people type stuff. You know what I mean? Common sense. And I hate to even use that word because sense is the most uncommon thing that people have. But anyway, I digress. Just like, you know, be nice to people. You don't have to like go out of your way to be like super over the top and like super friendly with people because it just looks
Don't be a people pleaser.
But
no
just,
people
you know,
pleasing.
It takes zero effort to not be an asshat, you know?
Yeah. So the takeaway from this, you guys, love each other, love yourself, be kind, accept that some people are in a bad place and what they say to you is a reflection of them, not of you. So if they're being a real dick, guess what? It's because they're a real dick. Okay? So
exactly. And don't be offended by everything.
Yeah.
Everything is not meant to be offensive.
Don't be so soft. Y'all be ham. See, in my house, we call it two things. You're either ham or you're spam. Ham means you're hard as a motherfucker. Spam means you're a soft pussy ass motherfucker. So we don't. So we try to keep it ham here. Don't be soft. Sorry if anybody got offended. I'm a potty mouth, but it is what it is. Yes. So keep an eye out on my channel. I'm going to be uploading soon. I got to do a little bit of recording, but I'm going to give you guys some updates about what my plants are doing. And also keep your eye out on Nicki's channel. If you don't follow her, go follow her at Plants, Pots, and Whatnots here on YouTube, at Instagram, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. She also has a Facebook that she never gets on, but it's there for Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And I think we're going to wrap it up at this point because we've been doing this for a hot minute.
I don't even know how long it's been. It's been fun though. It's been a slice.
Has it been fun, you guys? Have you enjoyed hanging out? Just checking.
Listening to us rant about multiple things.
Get the negative side of us for a little while. But as you notice, we're being a little negative, but at the same time, we're both still smiling and laughing. Because you know what? You can't let that kind of stuff bring you down either.
That's, you can't.
You
gotta smile through it. You know, it's how you react to things that, you know, make the difference.
A positive mindset does wonders. Positive mindset does wonders. Trust me, y'all will hear all about it on my channel because we're going to talk about some of that stuff. If you're interested here to see, I was going to kind of give you guys a little background on me and let you know what's been going on and stuff. It's something y'all are interested in. Let me know in the comments. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth about me personally, not necessarily my plants, but how I got to where I am today and what path led me here. If you're interested, let me know. Anyway, Nicki, thank you very much for joining me. Hey, I'm glad to know that at least we got it to work this well.
Yay!
I might have to do it from my computer next time because I think maybe I'll be able to switch the view there, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, because with Zoom, it might not work because I know the people that I've seen do it in the past, it's been a totally different program, but thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. All right, my dear, I love you. Hey, all you guys out there watching, I love you. And as I always say on my channel, thanks for coming to hang out. Y'all come on back and bring your friends. If you don't want to bring your friends, that's cool, because you guys are the reason I'm here and I'm doing this. I love you. See you in the next one. Peace out. Bye, guys. Now let's see.